Oh, yeah, it's that catchy tune. It's Soul Bossa Nova. That means, well, the week's coming to an end and it's Free Speech Fridays. We get a couple of free-speaking New Zealanders and we chew over the events of the week and have a good yarn about it, as is our want. Joining us today, the host with the most, the outspoken publican from the new HQ, Leo Molloy, joins us from Auckland. Leo, mate, how are you?
Morning all. Morning, Sean. And they told me the Honourable Maurice Williamson is joining us
Yes,
today.
he is. Yes, the councillor who's trying to balance the books and deal with the drongos. Maurice Williamson joins us. Maurice, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Sean Brewer, and good morning, Leo.
All right. I suspect we got too long. I have to ask you both first, either of you duck shooters?
Used to be.
I have been. Yeah.
Yeah, used to. My uncle had a farm near Hunterville, and he had his own lake with a mai on it, and we used to go sort of as teenagers and kids the first week of May, or the first weekend of May, I think, is the opening of duck shoot. So, yeah, used to go, but haven't done it for a long time.
All right. What about you, Leo?
Yeah, historical family duck shooters. My father actually died duck shooting, lifting his dinghy back onto the trailer.
Oh, he wasn't shot duck shooting. He wasn't mistaken for a duck because you are small of stature.
No, yeah, brain aneurysm while lifting a trailer, lifting a dinghy onto a trailer. But I myself gave all my guns back, the whole 7 of them, the week after the moss shooting in Christchurch. But I was pretty much at the end of my shooting life anyway. I'd been going just to drink the whiskey and have the odd fight for quite some time.
All right. Well, it all kicks off tomorrow. Do you know how many? Okay, I don't know if you heard the previous interview. How many people are going to be duck shooting tomorrow? Do you know how many?
Oh, 5,000.
Yes, well in the thousands.
65,000 people.
Wow.
There you go. Country people too.
Yeah, that's not a subculture. That's a lot of folk. Anyway, enough about blood sports and killing animals.
That's more than the number of people waiting on the platform at Auckland now to try and catch a train that doesn't exist.
All right. I tell you what, probably the perfect day for an old school person is to get dressed up in your tweed tomorrow, take the under and over, sit in the mai, perhaps with a hip flask of something and your deer stalker on, bang away at a couple of ducks, get the little woman to pluck them and prepare a roast for the evening, and then sit down in front of the television in your tweeds and watch the coronation of King Charles III on television. It is coronation weekend. Are either of you excited, rigid, about this?
You open the batting here, Maurice. I've got no appetite for royalty, but you open the batting.
You know what? Neither have I. What worries me is the sort of whole culture of personalities. If you go back to Edward VIII, if he hadn't wanted to marry an American divorcee, you wouldn't know about any of these people. You wouldn't know about any of them. You wouldn't know about Harry. You wouldn't know about William. You wouldn't know about any of them.
Why not, Maurice? Explain.
Because they wouldn't have been part of the process. It would have been Edward's marrying somebody, and his children would have been the king and the queen right through. But he decided he wanted to marry a divorcee. He had to leave. He abdicated the throne, and all of a sudden, King George V, his brother, gets to be king, and wow, what's going on? So I don't like any regime. I really don't like any regime where you get to be what you are by way of being born into it. And I, more importantly, would ask people to worry about what would happen if Harry had been born before William.
A ginger.
At least that would be entertainment and fun.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's entertaining. There's no question if it's entertaining. But no, I just think that it's something from the past, and I think a lot of countries have dropped the monarchy, and I think one day it'll happen. I don't think it'll happen soon, but I think one day it'll happen.
So, Leo, you're not hosting a special coronation evening at HQ there?
It's obviously escaped your attention that I'm 100% Irish bred, and they threw us off our land in 1846, and I'm not the type to hold a grudge, but we certainly haven't moved on yet. I had the misfortune to work for his mother for a couple of years, and she was an unimpressive individual. Having said that, she was statesmanlike, but she's unimpressive to talk to. And, they do nothing for me. I mean, he's a dribbling idiot in my view. He's got 6 fingers, and even the silly stuff that being conservation and
you were just upset you didn't get invited and get any sausage rolls, Leo.
Well, what do you think about Chippy taking sausage rolls along in all seriousness?
I think it was patronising, actually. I think it really, really was patronising. And I don't know.
You know what?
Yeah.
I couldn't care less.
Actually, I suppose that is actually one response to it, isn't it?
Probably a good comment. But can I tell you, there's two things I know about Charles that are unique. Do you know that he still carries a teddy bear everywhere with him, everywhere he goes?
No, he doesn't, does he?
He does. That's one of his eccentricities.